You're gonna me? You're gonna be voted out so fast this year. I can't wait for you to
I won by so much.
You're a disgrace to this state. That's what you are. You're a disgrace. I asked you a simple question and you just go on this tirade and tell me you.
Yeah, you.
Disgusting.
Get out of my face.
You.
Get out of my face. Try it. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
You say me?
Yep, I sure did.
The first thing you're gonna say to me is
absolutely. Get the out of my face. Now.
And in her delusional mind, Mace thought that she was in the right by blasting that video on social media with this caption. Some unhinged lunatic, a man wearing Daisy Dukes at a makeup store, got in my face today. Alright, first off, if you're gonna insult someone's clothing, at least get it right. Those aren't Daisy Dukes. Dems are nuts. So I went off and I won't be backing down. I hold the line 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Try me. Oh, give me a break. That guy was further than the 6-foot social distancing rule we had during COVID. That's not holding the line, that's having a meltdown in aisle 5. Her victimhood tantrum is pure pick-me energy from the most cowardly lawmaker in Congress. You don't get to scream "F you" in the skincare aisle and then cosplay as Rambo. And then the spiraling really started. Not only has she tweeted, I don't know, hundreds of tweets about this story, but she also made another video doubling down, and boy, is it sad.
Today, her first day as comms director is Daisy Dukes Day. Yeah, that guy. It's not the first time I've ever used language with people before, and it certainly won't be the last. You don't have the right to harass me. It's not ever going to be okay. And if you want to get in my face, expect it right back, and I will record you, and I will make you famous.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Apparently, humiliating herself on social media wasn't enough. So then she went on a Sean Hannity to push the narrative that she was the real victim.
And I will tell you, I felt threatened, I felt harassed, and I will tell you as someone who's experienced trauma in her life, and a lot of women will understand what I'm talking about, when some guy gets in your face and approaches you in the aggressive manner that he did, and you feel like you're in danger, instinctively as women who've been through trauma, who've survived sexual assault, survived domestic abuse, you have two options. You can fight or you can flee. And Sean, I'm a fighter. And I've never stood back down from a fight. I will stand my ground like any strong woman should.
No. Mace does not get to play this card. Even though she says she's a survivor, she does not get to invoke and weaponize sexual assault and domestic abuse to justify verbally assaulting a voter in a makeup store. Because here's the reality. When survivors of sexual assault say they're afraid, they're routinely dismissed, they're gaslit, and they're told they're overreacting. And when someone in power like Nancy Mace co-opts that language to dodge responsibility for a very public, very performative clout meltdown, she's not just making a mockery of the truth, she's making it harder for actual survivors to be believed. She says that she's a victim of rape, but then defends people like Jim Jordan, a man who turned a blind eye to sexual abuse under his watch at the Ohio State.
I know you've been outspoken about defending victims of sexual assault due to the past allegations against Jim Jordan that he turned a blind eye to sexual abuse. Give you any reservations?
I'm not familiar or aware with that. He's not indicted on anything that I'm aware of, and so I don't know anything and can't speak to that. But I will say that I have been, as you said, Margaret, I don't know anything, and I don't know anything about that. I have since learned a little bit more, and again, I mean, these were I guess adults. This is something that should have been adjudicated in a court of law. I don't know that it has been.
There are grown men who today are saying Jim Jordan knew about this doctor who was molesting them, and he's a liar, and he shouldn't be speaker. But moving on.
I mean, has that been adjudicated in a court of law would be my next question. I mean, where is that?
But I'm just saying they're saying it on the record, but beyond that, moving on.
And I just want to point out that Mace's rape allegation was never adjudicated in the court of law, so by her own logic, should we not believe her? She claims that she protects women, but then she turns around and makes jokes about Matt Gaetz sexually abusing minors.
Well, let's be honest. We all knew that Matt Gaetz would never let the vote get to 18. I do have a message from Matt this evening. He really, really wanted to be here tonight, but he couldn't find a babysitter. to be his date. I mean, come on.
Nancy Mace is not an ally. She's a fraud with the victim complex and an iPhone. You don't get to say, believe women, and then publicly cozy up to the men they're trying to get away from. You know, like Donald Trump.
Hey everyone, Congresswoman Nancy Mace here. The Republican Party and Donald Trump are the party of and for women.
Your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. Upgrade your sleep this year. Go to trymiracle.com/Gabe to try Miracle Sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo Gabe at checkout, you'll get a free 3-piece towel set and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Gabe and use promo code Gabe to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Gabe to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. Now, during Mace's interview on Hannity, her constituent, Eli Murray Quick, the guy that was in the video with her, went on to CNN to call out her ridiculous claims.
It's a simple thing. I asked a simple question. Nancy Mace was not held in this aisle. She had to clear out of this aisle. I was at least 8 feet away from her at all times. There was no aggression. There was no harassment. Nancy Mace likes to play the victim card, but that's not what happened here. I asked a simple question as a resident of the state of South Carolina, and she couldn't answer it. She couldn't meet the demand of the people.
I want to play for people because there was this, we saw only a part of this from what we played just now, but she tried to scold you, it seemed, when you started questioning her by citing her previous support for gay marriage, a point you did not raise, did not inquire about, and only mentioned the idea of wanting to know when her next town hall was. But I want to play this exchange to show what she said.
Well,
And by the way, I voted for gay marriage twice. What
does that have to do with
So
me?
I'm just saying, it has to everything to do with you.
You think everything about me has to do with gay marriage?
I do,
That's
absolutely.
your first stance when you
Yep.
speak with me?
Absolutely.
Why do you think she brought that up, and what was your reaction to her doing so?
Laura, Nancy Mace sees people in a single layer. She sees me and she sees the people of my community one way. She feels that we owe her something because she voted yay for gay marriage. We don't owe her anything. In fact, we'd like her to answer the questions that we actually have. When are you putting out your schedule for an actual town hall? When are you going to fight for the people of South Carolina instead of playing these theatrics like you're so good at?
Quick was spot on. Mace's meltdown was pure performance, playing the victim for clout, and then pulling out her support for gay marriage like it was some kind of political Uno reverse card. I mean, just look at how she keeps wearing those giant clown-like cross earrings. The Christian hypocrisy is off the charts with this loser. And look, some people have speculated that Mace is on drugs like meth or coke, trying to make sense of her erratic behavior, but that's just it. It's not drugs, it's MAGA brain rot. A slow, degenerative condition that replaces empathy with vitriolic hatred and turns basic questions into acts of war. I mean, just look at how she treats anyone who's trans.
Yeah, tranny.
Mace doesn't debate policy, she screams slurs into a microphone with a smile.
And tranny, I don't really care.
She said it like she was casting a spell, and honestly, maybe she is, because something has clearly snapped with this bruja. This isn't politics or public service. This is a woman who needs to be fucking committed. Now, her meltdown in the makeup aisle, that wasn't just some one-off incident. That was the inevitable result of a pattern. Because Nancy Mace has been dodging town halls like Trump avoids responsibility.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Back in March, she blew off a town hall hosted by the Low Country Accountability Alliance, a local, nonpartisan group. Mace dismissed them as left-wing extremists and paid agitators. That's right, a room full of South Carolinians asking about roads, healthcare, and maybe why she's constantly tweeting instead of legislating. Oh no, it's clearly Antifa in disguise. When she got called out for skipping it, her office claimed it wasn't safe, that she was being bullied, that there were threats. Except there were no names, no evidence, and no report filed. Which, to be fair, puts her right in line with the rest of the GOP, because running from constituents has basically become the Republican town hall strategy, and might explain why her idea of a town hall is a surprise phone call. Congresswoman Nancy Mace live telephone town hall.